from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of this fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I accept tonight, I don't have the time to find.
Hi, race fans. Man, we're here tonight. Pedal to the metal. Sorry about that, but I got choked up on myself. Pedal to the metal here tonight. 87 cars. Man, we have seen the last couple weeks, these guys and girls have put on a show here for us, and it has been very, very good. Let's see what we got. Got a good field here tonight. Old Atlanta figuration. That's what it says. Not as smooth, not as crisp as the new Atlanta. Let's put it that way. So we'll see what these guys can do, and girls, on this 87 foundation here. Who's y'all's favorite drivers out here? Let me know. Who you rooting for? Robert Warnes puts it on top spot here on the pole. Eric Blunt, man, right behind him. Jeffrey Rad going to be right there with him. Wally Babb, Gordon Larson, Jeffrey Vickers, Taylor. Let you look at the grid here real quick. Get a good rundown of them. Corey Stahl, Intel, starting in ninth there. Mike Rideout, 10th. To the rest of this field. Rounding us out here. 21 cars. Right. We'll do 80 laps here. Go by pretty quick. There. Get a look at some of these good paint jobs out here. At these throwbacks a little bit. Alright, see what old Jeffrey and him can do. Robert up front here. Tricky little car, this 87 Miss. It's a handful. Gotta have all hands on deck with it. No downforce. No nothing. All horsepower. Oh man, just holding it. Pedal to the metal. Alright, see what Warren's, Blunt, Brad, Bab, and all them can do. Oh. See? Pace cars rolling around. Went with the new age pace car. We had the throwback pace car that one week. So let's see. Girl Power's been doing it good here. Cindy Taylor. Chantel up in this thing. I'm going to tell you, they've been doing outstanding. On these guys, keeping them on their toes. All right, pace car's in. Takes that hard left turn. We're going racing tonight, Atlanta style. Pedal to the metal now front. Warren's got it. Here we go. Coming to the line, lap one complete. Blunt says not today. I think we have says, actually it's Blount. Yeah, Blount. Not today. I was saying Blunt, but Blount. Blount. Warren falls back. We call him Mr. Playboy because he loves that Playboy paint. Eric Blount. Out front in this one, had that high line. Oh, a little bit of Warren's there. He got wiggly. He's going to stack the field up behind him. He got Rad and company up here. Babs finding himself in the middle. Uh-oh. Bab was in the pits. No caution. He got back up on the track. And then that causes a caution.
Yellow flag.
Go back and watch it. Because if Bab wouldn't have came back up on the track, I don't think this caution would have been there. So yeah, if he would just slowed up right there a little bit. Coming up in front of the field. Can't tell if you're listening. I'm gonna put that one on Bab. I'll let you deal with the consequences afterwards. Alright, she got it. Good job, good job. That one was a tricky one. You got to it before I got to it. Yeah. And basically the only thing out of that situation there is Bab really didn't do anything kind of wrong. But he saw coming back up on the track full speed there. The problem with coming back up on the track in the turns like that, just got to be mindful. You hold yourself down the apron. You know, try to slow down the best you can, heading into that wall. Up. Right. Caution. Time. Well, out. Fronting this one. Lawrence was able to hang on to second. Heath Taylor. Taylor's been up and down. Been pretty strong. Got some pretty good finishes. One to look for here so far this season. See if we can get some Old Atlanta, by the way. See, what do we got for? Let's see if we had for points. Right,
Green.
Oh, I had to get over Chantel on that one. See where we can actually go to get the points at. Good race so far, though, here, Atlanta style. Back green. Taylor and Company. Horns up front. They're going to go door to door. Blount falls back. Brad's right there with him, though. See Corey Stahl trying to mix it up a little bit back in fifth. Here comes Chantel. He's up in the sixth. Gordon Larson there in seventh. Shane Ledoux, he's up in eighth. Ridgeway there in ninth. Going long, he's in 10th. They're racy up front so far. Side by side. I think the inside and the outside's probably, you can use it. Maybe that inside might be a place right now, early on. Yeah, I think right now is kind of middle outside is where you want to be. Right on board. Stahl Tell you how close he is to these guys and girls. Looking strong so far. And tail up here. Looking good. That pink purplish sheen happening. Gloves. Car's actually gold. Look at our car. And the butt kicker on it. Kicking butt. 6 Sigma. Nice. He's looking strong right there in that 7th place spot. Ridgeway's around there with him. Got Stahl in front. Larson. Got three's trying to move away. A little further on back here. Man, look at this mess. Got Reed right out long company. 11th, 12th on place spot on back. Talk about these cars a lot. You get single file, and then the next thing you know, you see a guy, a girl right there, you know, going up underneath them. See Ridgeway. Underneath right now. 1-1. Battle. 7th and 8th. Meanwhile, up front, they're battling for the lead. Got Warnes, Taylor, Rad right here along with Blount. Trying that low line. You got to try something if everybody's there in the middle and high. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Got to go lower. You got to do something. Mix it up just a little bit. 13 into this one. So far, looking good. Jeffrey Rad there with Taylor Warnes. Got Larson and Ridgeway still back here. Had no chance to tell. They're going to almost go door to door and do a little bit of rubbing and paint. That's Ridgeway on that outside. Now he cuts the door, nose off. Tail falls back in the line, back in 8th place. Got Cindy Taylor, though. The other girl power. They're nose to tail right now. Trying to come to the front. Black machine. Up kicker on it also. So watch out for her. Up here, man, do something. Woo! Hang on to a Ridgeway. Cutting the grass a little bit. Atlanta's almost like what Charlotte is. Close. Look at this mix-up going on up here. D. Chantel's going up underneath Ridgeway again. Stahl's up on the outside, man, of Larson. Larson falls to the inside. Now you got Ridgeway closing in. He's probably going to do the shotgun move on the inside of him. Slingshot, maybe. Quite enough momentum yet. Get him out of the turn. Be able to slide up. No. Catch him on the apron through the tri-oval. Get him in 1 and 2. Tail falls back. He stays in line right there in 8th. While up front, still got Jeffrey Rad. Here comes Corey Stahl to the inside. He's going to see if he can't make room. Moves here on Blount. Whoa. And while it's all Robert Warnes out front, still neck and neck. Rad Taylor. I mean, Keith Taylor wants it. Here comes Blount on the inside. He's going to see if he can't try to freight train with him. Not happening so far. Man, that's a really good race. I'm loving it. Warren's still holding these guys off. Meanwhile, back here, Cindy Taylor, she is just making no bones about it. She's coming to the front. Larson's trying to hang on, but not going to happen. Look at them nose to tail again back up front there. Just hanging and pounding on each other. Good race. Good, solid race. I love it. God, these guys and girls pedal to the metal out here. Racing league. And you can see it. 87 cars. Throws you back into the old days. Way back in time. Hoffert. Back here. Chris Little. Oh, Victory and Company. Little checkup by Victory. Actually, it wasn't Victory. Boy, Reed. Oh, he got in the wall. Boy, he did. Watching what happened up here. Pit stop should be coming up. Watching this replay here real quick. Oh, Chantel got checked up a little, got hit in the back by the 51. Wow. Okay. That definitely, had to wake you up as a driver. Meanwhile, Clout is just doing what he needs to do. Stick right there on that back bumper warns. Gotta just not make him feel comfortable. He's gonna throw this. I thought he was gonna throw a slingshot on him there for a minute. Look at Taylor and Rad though. They're going at it. Tooth and nail, back and forth. Ridgeway right there with him. Oh man! Oh, little bump. Here comes the Ridgeway too. Woohoo! You gotta love this close quarters racing. And a big thing about these cars, you gotta be careful doing the bump. Actually can lift the guy's rear end up in front of you. Send them sailing. That's why it's real easy to take the air off the rear of one of these cars. You know, they don't have, I mean, look how the rear end of these cars are jacked up, kind of open. There is no like diffuser or down to the ground. What made racing, I think, really exciting. A lot of these cars were all about, you know, if you had a good handling car, about the best that you could get handling wise, that is. Who was going to win? And horsepower. Theoretically, NASCAR is supposed to be the same horsepower, but we all know that there were some teams out there that had more than others. Oh, Ridgeway almost moved it up into the side there. Taylor. He stalled behind him right there, and there's Cindy Taylor. Lurking. See Keith Taylor right in front of them. Keith actually is battling with Ridgeway. Here comes Stall. Cindy's just kind of just hanging out back there. Like, I do. All Ridgeway right there slip. Then actually Taylor had to check up just a touch. Might have ran right up into the back end. I'll still Stall right there in front. Keith Taylor hanging on for the moment. Ridgeway still trying. all over the back end. Taylor there, Ridgeway. Then you got Cindy Taylor. Pit stops in the back here. And we've seen some come in. We're going to try to split this into two. 40-40. Meanwhile, Robert Warren's out front so far. Ridgeway up 13 spots, by the way. Charging. Blount hanging on to second. Corey Stahl, one of the first top runners to go into pits. Keith Taylor takes over that third place spot with Ridgeway there in fourth. Cindy Taylor takes over fifth. Sean Long getting on back here in the Xbox machine. In sixth, Chris Literal. Looking strong there in seventh. Right out in eighth. Offered up to ninth. Shane Ledoux round out top 10. Offered's up 10 spots. Picking them off one by one. And you can do that with these cars. You're back there just riding. Pick them off by one. Not bad. So Cindy Taylor still up to fifth, up 8 spots. Ridgeway's been the main man, 14 spots. Moved through this field quite well. Been all this guy. Robert Warren's, he comes out of the turn right there sideways. Just all right, Ridgeway on the pit road along with Cindy Taylor. On lap 30. Can they go lap 40? Question. Go to lap 40. Taylor. Keith he's on pit road. Shane Ledoux. I think they can go lap 40. Robert does. That'll be impressive. I mean, the caution helped them. I don't think they can. Eric Blount's right there. Let's see if it's blowing up something. Look like it. It's awful smooth. I'll give him that. Eric Blount right now out front. Alford's right up to third. Owen Hanson. All right, Warren's is in. Lap 33. I think the caution helped them. So I'm going to look at, I believe 30 laps is probably what they can go max. So that brings about, they're probably going to have one more pit stop. Then what do you do? Ooh. I mean, you got a 4-tire fuel this one. But you maybe 2-tire just fuel in the next one? Wow. Amazing the difference in pit stops too. 22 seconds, 20-second pit stops. That's how slow it was back in the day. I think they got them down to maybe 18 seconds there at one time. But you got to remember the jacks and the guns that they used back in the 80s. The jack, man, he probably had to do about 4, 5, 6 pumps to get that car up. Their guns, they had to probably do about, I think, 2 rotations each. Something like that to get those wheels off. You know, as opposed to now, it's 1 rotation and then 1 pump to get it up. So 13, 14 second pit stops are the norm. But they were able to shave off solid 4 seconds, 5, maybe even more. Eric Blout's last one coming in on with Chantel. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was 12, 13, 14 roundabout, and how slow the pit stops are. Yeah, now with the 1 lug, it's a heck of a lot faster. I'm talking about when they still had 5 lugs. Kind of the difference between those and just the kind of time that they shaved off. Technology, equipment is awesome. And then like what you said, yeah, now they have 1 lug to pull off. And it's mostly fuel that takes the longest now to get into the car, which I'm going to be honest with you. There's not a lot they can do fuel delivery wise to speed that up, because that's gravity fed. Even in, F1, as fast as their cars are, the fuel delivery still is the longest part. So yeah. I don't know about 9 seconds. I mean, I've seen a lot of NASCARs are still around about 11 seconds because, again, the fuel delivery. That fuel delivery is what there's not a lot they can do there. I mean, they can't force the fuel in because then they're going to take a chance of, I guess the way it goes in. So it's all gravity fed. Basically it's poured in. I mean, think about taking a cup full of water and just pouring it. I mean, there's only so fast it's going to come out. Or take a 2-liter bottle and just toss it upside down and see how fast it comes out. I mean, that's kind of how the fuel's got to come out. And like I say, even with F1, as fast as they are, I mean, they can change tires in 3-4 seconds. But the other 8 seconds it takes, or 7 seconds or whatever it takes to put the fuel in. That's the longest part. If they don't do a fuel stop in those cars, but sometimes they don't. I noticed that in F1. They don't do fuel stops. And I've seen the pit stops in like, what is it, 4 seconds, 3-4 seconds. It's like, they're gone, out. Also, too, the trade-off. I think the trade-off between, like, you talk about these 87s and what the cars are now, the next gen, is Rad still leading this one, is you got to look, the tires a little bit heavier, too. So even though they got that 1 lug, that tire pulling it off, that guy's got to be strong. Give him credit. Ridgeway's still the man out here leading. 15 spots up. Strong. But I'm with you out there, man. Pat. It's definitely heck of a lot of improvement. Ridgeway, he wants to improve 1 more spot. Robert Warrens wants to get back up there to the top. Past halfway home in this one. Solid race so far. Clean and green. Only have 1 caution. Good showing. Yeah, it's a good showing with these 87s too. These 87 cars. I mean, just think about the times back in 87, 1987. I mean, technology wasn't as advanced as it is now. So basically, these cars were pretty close to the stock car equivalent. I mean, obviously, they still were special built chassis and all that. But they were sheet metal style cars up there. And they still are sheet metal style cars, but still really sheet metal back then. He making up for last week, close. Hey, doing good. He up front, ain't he? Then, you know, you got all gauges in these things. But these cars, as far as advanced aerodynamic goes, they are nowhere near aerodynamically proficient, let's say it that way, as what the newer style race cars are. It's all about the aerodynamics now. You know, they tried to back then, but they tried to also stay with more of what bodied wise of stock car. And that, I don't know how many people know in NASCAR, from the 87 car like it is here to what it is now, cars back then were modeled, you know, Monte Carlo, it was modeled after Monte Carlo. The Thunderbird, like what Ridgeway's there, was modeled after Thunderbird. I mean, look at the contours of the lines and look at its back all the way through. They're different. Different. Nowadays, they're modeled after one template. And even though I know the noses show different or whatever, there's not really much difference wise between those cars. They've changed it maybe some, but it's not like what it was back here where, you know, I mean, just look at the hood on the Monte Carlo as it's more squared, and the hood on that Thunderbird where it's more, you know, kind of bullet narrowed in. That's representation of the actual real car. So that's one of the major things different between these cars back then. Oh, Shane Ledoux got back out. Good old days, yeah, good old. It was the good old days, and you know, it was a manufacturer war back then. You know, Ford, Chevy obviously dominated. There was no Toyotas in that back then. Sure, there was Buicks and Pontiacs a little bit, but it was still a Ford, Chevy dominating between the two. And it was about, well, who could build a better aerodynamic car, et cetera, and they were different. Little contact between Ridgeway and Rad, though. Woo, and that sends Rad's up the straight. Hold on. Oh, that was a wreck. That did not happen. But I think that might have hurt Ridgeway more than it did Rad. Oh, boy. Well, you say they're new noses, but look at the nose without the paint on them. They look like it, but the body contour from that nose on back is all the same. That's really what I'm getting at is, let me see if I can't get a good shot. Look at that body. Ridgeway had to go in the pits. And then look at that body. That body. That body. See the difference? There is no difference in the newer style cars. None. Nose wise, now let me see if I can't get a good shot of the nose. See the nose there? See that nose? There's a big difference between those two cars. The sides and everything. So they were modeled more of what the original, of what the real stock car was. As opposed to now, no. If you look at a Gen 6 car, they're the same from that nose back. Just look at them. And I get it. They want it to be fair across the board. but yet kind of keep that all manufactured type thing. NASCAR has lost the manufactured stock car. That's been going for a while, a long while. Oh, we can sit up here and talk about that forever, but that aspect of it is something that's way different than what these 87 cars out here are. And that's what makes these cars, so great, or this era so great, is it held the true what NASCAR was. National Association for Stock Car Racing. You know. That's it. Look at old Cindy Taylor, though, up to second. 11 spots. Keith Taylor's there with him. Brother and sister up here. They said they were brother and sister. Right here, looking strong. Robert Warren's taking back over that top spot again. Able to get out of that little mess that they were having up front. Ridgway got the worst end of that one. Stalls there, Larson. Jeffrey Rad had to come into pits also. Check the damage along with Ridgway. He had to fix the damage on his. Meanwhile, there's only 11 cars on the lead lap. Well, let me go ahead and also tell you another thing about NASCAR that they've lost as far as the productionness goes. Used to, you couldn't put a car on NASCAR unless you sold over 100,000 cars. And it had to be a production car. Well, pray tell me how the Chevrolet Camaro is going to be still able to run in NASCAR when it's not even being made. They should force Chevy to make a car or take one of its cars and replace that one. They made every other manufacturer do it. They made Toyota do it before they could get in here. Toyota had to prove that they had a car to do it. You know? So, matter of fact, if you remember, the Ford Fusion was a new car that Ford brought out. And before they would let them do it, it had to sell so many back then. So, yeah, there's where I have a little bit of like, okay. Chevy's always been a favorite in NASCAR. Whether you want to hear that or not, it has been. And they always will be. But I feel that, yes, they should make them redo that car. Now, do I love the rivalry? I hate to see the Camaro go because that's a rivalry between the Mustang and where's the rivalry going to be at now? So maybe tell Chevy, okay, it's time to bring the vet out here. I mean, might as well. As much as I'd be like, oh, Lord, here we go. I mean, it makes more sense. Something to think about. How's that? Robert Warren's bleeding it. When do we do pit stops again with 24 to go here? What do y'all think? What do y'all think out there? Yeah, I mean, they pitted. Most of them pitted on lap 30. I think 30 laps was the play. So at about 60 to go here, I think we're going to start seeing some pit stops. I mean, Warren's is here. Well, Pat, to answer your question, why Chevy's nose is the same is, how do you change the nose on a car that's not built anymore? See, so that's another thing. So if they go out and change the nose on the Camaro,
the yellow flag is out.
For what? There isn't one built. Then you would know. If I was Ford, and even if I was Toyota, but if I was Ford, I'd pull out. We're in a caution. Ken Schroeder. Schuler. Lap to it. Oh, he got hooked. He hooked the 27. Calls the call. Done. Right back. Oh, I can't do it. Ah! I guess I can't do what I'm supposed to be doing. Can't tell if you're watching. Can't throw the EOLs for some reason. I guess with the new UI, I have to come in as something else. I don't know. And it's not giving me the option. But under caution. Sounds familiar. Yeah, now I'm with you on that one, Chevy. Come up with a newer way to do the points. You know, I didn't mind the playoff points how it first came out, when, you know, they had all 16 drivers could battle for the points. It didn't come down to just 4 drivers. I liked that. I didn't mind that, or at least maybe 12 drivers. But this 4 driver thing has just not really, let's run the caution, we'll talk about it in just a second, to me, has brought too much, 1, predictability, and 2, who NASCAR really wants. Win it. Right. Jeffrey Vickers, minor inconvenience. Yeah, Jeffrey. But you've seen some things in those, usually when those 4 drivers get there, I have not seen a race yet that where all 4 of those drivers, or at least 3 of them, at least 3, have not finished like with the top 5 or top 10. You always know they're going to be up front, and it's kind of like, yeah. So you telling me that miraculously those 4 drivers, just because they're the ones, they're always going to win? Because here lately, we've not seen any other driver besides one of the championships win. And I've seen some really fishy stuff happen too. But yet when we had the 12-man or 16-man one, it was different winners. So I like I'm all for drivers getting out there. I don't care if you're racing for a championship. Great. But I'm racing for a win. Now, I don't want nobody to wreck anybody. Don't want any of that to happen. But I do want to see drivers not just roll over. And yes, in NASCAR, I've seen it. Seen the phantom cautions. Matter of fact, Greg Biffle was a product of one of those. But he had like a 10 or 15 second lead and was pretty much going to win that race, but didn't have that happen. Yeah. But yeah, I watched NASCAR long enough. I've seen some wild stuff. I think that the championship thing brings about a lot of drama, and that's what they want. They want drama. There you go. Looks like we got lights on the pace car. Robert Warnes, Cindy Taylor. We'll start with them. Yeah, I mean, I've watched it long enough to see it. So we want to focus on it. Yeah, let's focus on the race here. Yeah. 'Cause we got a good one. We do got a good one. And you know, and it's all relevant to what we have here too, because a lot of leagues here in iRacing do point style systems, championships, and so forth. And it's interesting to talk about these 87 cars and what these girls and guys out here actually have to go through to get these things around here. I mean, Cindy Taylor's up here. She has done an outstanding job in this series so far. Robert Warrens is right there with them. Sean Long, Keith Taylor, Mike Rideout and all. Top 5. Absolutely. Yeah, keep the questions coming out there, y'all. I mean, definitely. If you got a favorite driver you look at here for you, let us know. Lights going off on the pace car, didn't they? You got your tires, you got your fuel. Now's the time to show what you got. It's time to go.
Green flag.
Robert
green
Warren's
flag.
got enough to hold him off. Or does Cindy Taylor and Keith Taylor going to come up here and spoil the party for him? Gotta go. Go time. I mean, Warren's has been the man out front. These cars are so unpredictable. You just never know what's going to happen. Hey, what about Hofford here? Up 15 spots. Uh-oh. Man, he got the Buick Mobile rolling. Keith Taylor got the jump. Cindy didn't. Oh, okay, cool, Pat. Nice. Meanwhile, Warren's up front looking strong. Taylor right behind him. We got Hoffert. He's in third. Babs there. Well, Cindy is stuck on the top side. She can't do anything. Sean Long, Rideout and company. They're just going to freight train by. Maybe I said that. Then they get wiggly on the inside. Lose it. Coming down to 16 to go here. Hot Atlanta. Track is hot, slick, fast. They called it Hot Atlanta. Right now, Keith Taylor is keeping old Warren's honest up front, right on his back bumper. Trying to see what he possibly could do. Nice one so far. Sean Long's right on the inside. He's there with Cindy Taylor. They're battling. That's actually for 5th and 6th place spot. Oh, well, I was doing a little bit. Seems complicated. I'm not officiating, no. By no means. Woo! No. I leave that job to other folks. I'm just broadcasting. Right now, still side by side. Sean Long battle for the lead. Taylor's up front. Warrens has got him. Oh, Taylor slides going to the inside. Warrens actually right here takes that lead. Robert Warren still storms back to the front. Keith Taylor has to fall back in line. Hofford still holding on to third. But Wally Babb, he's closing in. Sean Long's there with him. Keith, Cindy Taylor, William Rideout, and on the bottom, old Chantel, she got down to the bottom. She's a lap down. She said, I'm going to get out of the way. The Rideout's going to fall. As here comes Corey Stahl and company. You see Rideout there with him with Ridgeway. Ridgeway's trying to come to the high side. Remember Ridgeway earlier? And whoa, look at Corey Stahl had that thing kicked out sideways. Remember Ridgeway come through the field early. He had a fast machine, got into trouble up front while he was leading. Corey Stahl's in the wall. Told you this place was hot, slick. It's a little pushy too. Meanwhile, Robert Warrens, he is taking off. Keith Taylor's trying to hold on to his back bumper. Hopper's just hanging on with Babb there in tow. Main man on the move right now is Ridgeway. Ooh, Hoffert gets past. Here comes Babb. Babb's down on the outside. They'll get 10 to go. Coming to the line this time. Hoffert, Babb. Taylor trying to close in. Long gets a little bit wiggly. That's going to allow Taylor to, she's going to be able to move up to his back bumper. See Ridgeway slowly but surely closing in. Meanwhile, back here to the back, around the 8th and 9th place spots, you got Stahl right out. Jeffrey Rad. Rad's trying to move himself back through the field. If he can't come back through. Sean Long in trouble. Hofford's falling back just a little bit, though. Said he was in the Buick machines, actually in the Pontiac. Taylor's in a Buick. Long's there with him. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hofford, Long, Taylor. Beautiful track here at Atlanta. Long's down the inside. You see Cindy Taylor there on the top side. Right out has caught him. Oh, he doesn't want to do that, though. Get up there on that wall. Bumpy bump just a little bit. Hiding on board here. A little too far back. See Long drop back. He's on that bottom side. See Ridgeway right. Oh, he's going to cut the grass. Ouch. When Chantel's on pit road. Ridgeway is up here harassing Taylor. Time is running out. 8 laps to go here in Atlanta. Does Keith Taylor have enough to get to Warrens, though? Wally Babb right now hanging on by a thread in 3rd. Cindy Taylor wants it. She take it to the high side. Hofford's down low with Ridgeway. They're battling it out for 4th and 5th. 5th and 6th. Taylor's still right there with Babb. She said, I'm going to do the crossover move on you. Crisscross. She does. Down low. Taylor's there. Is she going to be able to make that pass and get it up to 3rd? I think she will this next time by on this straight or on these next 2 turns. But look at Ridgeway close in. That man's got a motor. He has got that thing round up tight. Got in trouble, was leading the race earlier, got in trouble, had to go in the pits, get it fixed. Was way back with a lap down, got his lap back. Came back through the field again, up 12 spots. Up here harassing the back tailgate of Wally Babb. Babb's going, man, you lifted me off the ground here. Talk about a race. Racing in the back, too. Laps are winding out here. 6 to go. I don't think anybody's got anything for old Warrens up front. This might be the battle for 3rd. Babb, Ridgeway, Taylor. Taylor falls back, slips just a little bit. Falls back into the 5th. Ridgeway's hanging on the 4th. Babb's up there in the 3rd. Evan's trying to do everything he can. Here comes Ridgeway. They're 3 wide. Where you start chewing on your teeth. Heck, you might start chewing on your toes if you can reach them. Ridgeway's there. Look at Cindy. She said, I'm going to sneak up here and get on the high side. Where all that momentum's at. I'm going to slingshot it off the turn. Beautiful battle going on. Look at Ridgeway just motor power by. He's up to 3rd place. But Warrens is out there by 2.5 seconds in front of him. He's at 1.2 seconds in front of Taylor. So I don't know if Ridgeway's got enough to run down Taylor. But now, does Wally Babb got enough to hold off Cindy Taylor? 4 laps to go here. You got Hofford. You got Babb. You got Taylor. And woo. Babb right now, along with Taylor. Taylor swings it down on the inside. Wally Babb's right there with him. Cindy Taylor's going to take over 4. That was a good slingshot power move. Ridgeway's there. All Robert right now. 2 to go. We'll have one more time to come around this place. Catch that white flag. Look at the lead he's got over Taylor. As long as he doesn't slip up, I think he's okay. Get the lead between second and third. And then from third to fourth. Out of turn 3 and 4. Man, if he catches a white flag, I always say it this way. The white flag, one more time. It don't matter what they do at this point. The whole field could just destroy themselves. Ridgeway cannot afford to slip up. But Cindy Taylor is there. Here she gets a run. Down the backstretch. Battle for third. It's going to be Robert Warrens. As long as he doesn't mess up. But can Ridgeway hold on to third? Look at Taylor. Ridgeway's going to protect the top. Taylor, though, he says, you know what, I'm going to slide down the inside. I mean, Ridgeway did what he had to do. Protect that top. Robert Warrens is going to win this thing. Man, what a finish. What a finish. Woo! Gotta love it. Warrens, Taylor, Ridgeway. Show you the results real quick. A nice one. Hey, we enjoying the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Well, man, what a race it was. You got a little trouble up there in the front, got in the back. I mean, first off, you stormed to the front, got in trouble, went to the back, stormed back to the front, got in third. That was up and down race for you.
Yeah, it was a great race. A lot of fun. I don't know what happened with Radke and I. I know he turned down into me and I kind of lost control, and then I slid up and there was nothing I could do at that point. And we just got together. It's just what it was. But yeah, I mean, the race was great. I just wish I could have stayed up there to give Rob a run for his money, maybe. But coming through the field was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. Looked strong, man, coming through that field. I mean, how was you feeling as far as like a tire wear or whatnot?
Yeah, I tried to run the bottom as much as I could, especially early in both of the first 2 runs, to try and save some tire and preserve it, and then move to the high side. And that seemed to work pretty well. It was just it didn't matter if you had 2 tenths on the guy in front of you. You couldn't pass them. Like, you had to be 3 or 4 tenths faster to get a pass in with them on the outside.
Hey, you still look strong. Came to the field. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, Rob, Thomas, all the guys, Dennis, and as always, the admins, they run a good show. You do a great job broadcasting. And yeah, just all the drivers. We had 1 caution to this race, and that just shows, we got, I don't know how many were in here tonight, but that's 21. That's really good. So
No doubt. Looks strong, man. Came in third. Again, congratulations there, William.
thank you, appreciate it.
All right, there we go. Let's look up here about Robert, though. He did it. Robert, join the Booty Guy Cop.
Yes, sir.
Well, you dominated from the first part of it. Any part of the race, though, did you kind of feel a little uncomfortable?
Yeah, when we went through the pitch strategy there and a couple cars darted early, I didn't know if, running the tank dry or whatnot was going to be the move, but we were able to catch up back to those guys that short pitted, and then just some carnage ensued that just kind of set us up for the long game.
Hey, well, long game indeed. Was able to hang on to it, put it out front in the win. How was maybe your tire wear here?
I was pretty balanced for the most part. I found a lot of guys were just overdriving the center, so I was probably, that last run, I cooked my rear tires, but I was 87 on the right front. I think in my first stop I was 75 on the right front, so I had tons of tire left.
Good showing, good race, dominating finish here. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, shout out to Liga, PTM Racing, Pedal to the Metal, Fag PC, Lightning Wraps, Gen Z Fitness, the General Store. Great group of guys to run with, and shout out to some of my teammates, Dennis, William. Big part of how we do so well week after week, and Thomas and Chris and Matt joining us now. So we got a good family going and a good group of guys that make it fun.
No doubt. There you go. Robert Warren's bringing it home tonight. Good showing, good race. Hey, it was a good finish here for the Atlanta. These guys here at the Pedal to the Metal Racing League, and I hope you enjoyed it. For myself and everyone, have a good night.